What's up, y'all? Welcome to this episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris, and today I am joined by the commander of Foxhound himself, Liquid. And Liquid, what's going on, Bobby?
Oh man, nothing much. Just hanging in there. We got this 3-day weekend. Technically, we're coming off of. I know we're at the time of this recording, we're gonna get a 3-day weekend. But everybody hearing at home, they're coming off of a 3-day week. Actually, no, they're hearing this on Labor Day.
Yeah, it's Labor
I just
Day,
realized
baby.
that. Yeah, so hopefully you're not, working. Hopefully you're just, celebrating Labor Day by not doing any labor. And
Maybe having a mimosa.
There you go, having a little rum and coke, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Pick your poison. But yeah, it's exciting. So it's a holiday. I don't know what do we do? What do you do on Labor Day? You just barbecue, right? That's all you do.
Yeah, it's basically like mini 4th of July.
Right. Okay, I was gonna say, like, man, we haven't done any celebration or anything. But what do you really do? You don't really celebrate anything. What is Labor Day really celebrating?
I don't know. Workers taking a day off by the government.
I guess. Yeah. Sure. That'll work. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing some Psychonauts 2. Ooh. The more I play this game, I know we already reviewed it and everything, but the more I play it, the more I love it. Like, I'm liking it more and more. Like, I'm playing, I'm like, man, it's just hitting right. And it makes me more, like, every time I play it, I get a little more also disappointed. It's like this up and down feeling because I'm like, I wish Part 1 had this treatment. I want this next gen, this new updated treatment for Part 1 because I think Part 1 story was really cool. So, I don't know, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Besides that, I'm also playing Garden Story on the Switch. For those who don't know, we've seen it before. It's a little grape that has a little sword. He rolls around. It's like the Zelda game. Yeah, I'm playing that on Switch. So far, a little slow. But overall, I can see where it's going, and it's got some promise.
All right.
Yeah, that's about it. What have you been up to?
Honestly, I just been enjoying the Insider Program Master Chief Collection, Season 8. Loving the new armor. Oh my God! If you guys got invited to the Infinite Flight and you got most likely another invite. So go check it out. Get part of this flight. They added so many things. It makes you hopeful for Halo Infinite in a time where all you're being told about Halo Infinite is the stuff that's not in the game. So you need a little hope. It was definitely a much needed shadow drop. Like, we can't do another Halo Infinite flight right now. But Halo 8 stuff is cool. Let's do that. And you could tell.
So I'm still a little confused because when you first told me about this, I thought it was just another test flight, and which I was wrong, obviously. But so what is it? Just they're releasing the Season 8 items earlier to some people? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, like they're trying to fix some things to see, like on the controller, where I can't switch grenades.
Really? How long has it been going on for?
I can't rotate. I was trying to stick somebody, like, I'm gonna get this guy, I'm gonna stick him, and I'm like, I can't change it. I'm like, well, that's broken.
Did that just start happening, or like what?
No, like in the flight.
Ah, I see. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, in the flight where things are supposed to be kind of broken.
Oh, okay, I got you now. So so they release these like little early update just to see what's gonna break the game. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, it's just testing what's broken, what's works,
which is smart. I think that's smart compared to like other companies that they just release it and then it breaks the game, then they're trying to fix it after the fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it break now on a whole different thing that doesn't affect the main game because it's a whole different application.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's like the Halo Insider thing. And honestly, Liquid, I know you're gonna give me a little pushback.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Loving some Destiny lately.
Oh, okay.
Loving it.
Look, I've been playing some Destiny with you, not as much, but I have been playing some. I wouldn't say I'm loving it, but hey, I'm enjoying myself. I'm not taking it seriously. That's the problem. The problem is I take the game too seriously when it's a game that shouldn't be taken seriously. Like, it's because like I even used to watch the cutscenes and crap like that, and then I got on the Chris train and I was like, oh, we're just skipping all this. I don't give a damn about any of this stuff. So yeah, just skipping it all. Don't care. If for some reason I can't skip a cutscene, I'm playing on my phone. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm just not looking at Destiny. Yeah. I'm only playing it, and that's it.
For lore in Destiny, I'm not getting it in the game. I'm going to Fife. He's the lore daddy. Just know if you want Destiny lore, you go on YouTube.
Yeah, if your lore's not good enough to be in your game, it's not good enough for me to look it up. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
He does a good job.
I'm looking at you, Overwatch.
Oh.
Anyways.
Anyway, but yeah, so loving some Destiny, playing some Iron Banner. It's been a lot of fun. Crossplay's been amazing.
Nice.
And it's cool because my brother's playing, and he's like, man, I'm really liking Destiny. He talks about how smooth it feels because I guess it's been a gap for him. And he's like, oh my god, he's like, this game feels so much better.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, it does feel better because I'm playing on the Xbox Series S now, and there's no load times. So I'm just sipping and zipping and zipping and zapping all throughout space.
Nice. Jungle hyperspeed, yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, no, I admit, yes. And to speak more about the crossplay, yeah, rock solid, no hiccups. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I only say that after we reviewed the Ascent, where it was nothing, we couldn't get to play with each other. But you know, at least, yeah, no hiccups right off the bat. Haven't had any. I don't think a single problem so far. So,
no,
nice.
I don't know.
So Bungie, you could have this one, Bungie. I'll give you this one. You
old so and so. Yeah, but a lot of good stuff there. And I'm enjoying playing Destiny before I delete it. The second Halo Infinite comes out. Can't wait. Like,
ain't that the truth?
It's funny because the Gallahorn comes out after Halo Infinite, and I'm like, oh man, cool. I'll never get it.
Where's it coming to? Do you know?
What do you mean, the Gallahorn?
Yeah.
It's coming to the game, Destiny 2.
No, I know, but like, is it like Xur? Is it like, how do you get it? Like,
I don't know. Once I heard December 16th, I was like, oh bro, okay. There's another thing on December 8th I gotta do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, all that good and fun. That's what we've been doing. But on today's episode, we're gonna an update to a previous podcast. We talk about Niantic. They had their summit meeting, and we're gonna give you all the details. Number 2, did Normus Reedus just spoil Death Stranding 2? We're going to talk about that a little bit, and also what we think could possibly make the game even better the second time around. Liquid, even better. For me, serviceable. I digress. All right, and last but certainly not least, Sony's coming out with a showcase. Who would have thought it? Nintendo, Xbox, hell, Steam has come up with a whole console before PlayStation had something going on. And we're going to talk about it and maybe throw some theories out there, some hot takes.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Dude, wait till you hear. Like, the thing is, like, I started like taking some of the stuff and started like blending them into each other to make it even more crazier. So, oh man. See,
I started doing that, but I'm like, oh man, I'm like, okay, because then it started turning to a wish list. And I realized I was like, okay, now I'm just being crazy. I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool if this happened. But then it's funny because at one point it went to that way, and then it went to Xbox stuff. Like, oh man, it'd be cool if this happened. I'm like, now I'm just dreaming. I was like, I'm Celine dreaming.
Hey, there you go.
I'll be dreaming. Oh man. So anyway, let's get it right into the beginning. If we're gonna start off with Niantic. So they had their summit meeting with a lot of the top creators and content people and community leads and people like even big in the system, like with Silk Road. Silk Road is just a website where like it's a third party thing, but they're considered like on the forefront of the Pokemon Go community.
Right. And
they just had this summit and telling that, basically saying, hey guys, well no, let me bring it back. Because before they had their announcement, they increased the spin radius for Pokemon Go for the gyms and stop. And that was a big problem because I found out yesterday in Australia, they only had like 10 meters. When we in America had 80.
Yeah, we had 80. And well, not to get ahead, but they're going down. The announcement originally was they were going down to 40, right?
No, they were going down to 20.
Really? And how long has Australia been at 10?
They were at 10 always. No, they were at 10 till the pandemic happened. Then they got 20, and they were stoked for that.
Wow. I had no idea. Wow.
Sidebar, real quick, Niantic has always screwed Australia when it comes to
things. That's messed up.
when it comes to like communities days, they get it first and they get it the worst. They've had by far the most makeup community days because something always goes wrong and they're always paying the piper.
That's messed up.
Australia is the homie. I had respect for you because you're putting in the work for us in the Americas to not wake up. Not a problem in the world. And the Aussies are helping us out. So big props to Aussie, oi, oi, oi.
Aussie, oi, 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 you're the real ones.
Yep, real OGs. But that's happening. So they put that before they had and I'm going to say this, a announcement. Basically saying, hey guys, we're going to listen and we're going to communicate more. And that's essentially it. They're going to come out with like a newsletter like every other month.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And they were hyping this up for like a month.
Oh, I didn't know. See, I thought this was like a shadow drop thing. So they've been hyping this up for a while now. Like, oh, what are they saying? Like, oh, we got some announcements going on. Is that what they were trying to get at?
No, they're like, hey, we're going to have a summer. We're going to talk to the community. We're going to take in what we have, and then we're going to say something.
Wow.
They basically said is that we're going to keep on talking.
Okay.
That was it.
So pretty much keep everyone in the loop. That's exactly what they said.
Yeah. And a very popular Australian, actually, streamer or YouTuber, well, both. She was like, how do we hold you accountable? And Niantic was, to their credit, was just like, you can put us on blast on Twitter. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah. Twitter, who the hell cares? Twitter started Pokemon No Go Day that begat all this. What no one understands is that the Pokemon Go community is actually very intertwined.
Well,
so
I guess my question was more of like, because he's like, oh, or they're like, you can blast us on Twitter. I was like, well, hell, they were probably gonna do that anyways, right? I mean,
well, yeah, but like trying to, because the social media game, we don't like to talk about it, but it's the case of the situation where if you're, let's just say the microtransaction was a Death Stranding game only. It wouldn't benefit us to talk about Death Stranding because when they come out with stuff, they may not want to include us.
Sure, I get that.
So they would never do that, and they apparently have been open when they said they write like the contracts, like, hey guys, don't kiss our butt. They put it in the contracts. It's like proven.
Okay.
Like they've done it, but it's one of those things. It's like, okay, you can say it. It's like like, hey guys, you can always, like, work safety is important to us. We're not gonna hold it against you if you feel it's unsafe. They're totally gonna hold it against you if it feels unsafe. That's a lie. It's just something they have to say.
Sure.
But they said in the meeting, they said it openly. Their announcements are coming out with more announcements. They did announce after this announcement that they're doing a makeup Safari Zone. I don't know exactly where it is. And for those who don't know, Safari Zone is a smaller, like, Go Fest. It's a little more intimate, and they have it in other parts of the world that's not America, which is going to be interesting because COVID's still a thing.
Sure.
More over there than over here. Oddly enough, I know it sounds crazy.
Wow.
But,
yeah, unexpected. When you say over there, what are we talking about? What are we referring to?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
I literally saw this like 5 minutes before we got on. We're like, Safari Zone coming out, and that was the headline, and then it was like, hey, we got to film.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, guys, if I don't know. My bad.
So I was reading up about it myself, about the as I like to call the Frantic Niantic. Yes, that's what I put in my notes here. And so I heard also they're doing these global seasonal bonuses instead of doing country by country. It's now doing global now. Is that right?
Yes.
So what is that? Can you elaborate more on that?
I guess just basically they say these bonuses and these global things. It's just an event like they always have all the time.
Okay.
It's really nothing like it's just more of the same, to be honest. There's nothing that's being done with these things. Like, I think it's so unnoteworthy, I didn't even bring it up. Because anyone who plays the game knows it's like, oh, cool, you're going to have more events. You literally have events all the time.
So,
like that.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, it's unimpressive.
Okay. So, like, because, like, I was thinking, when I first saw it, I'm like, dude, you're talking about rewards country by country versus now globally. I'm like, I feel like that's, I don't know, to me that sounds huge from someone who's not familiar, obviously, with the product. But, yeah, I don't know.
It's good that everyone gets to partake. That's great.
Right. So like, was there any
like,
complaints? I guess is my question. Any complaints country to country like, hey, those U.S. get this and I don't.
Okay, not really.
Okay.
Because I'm only gonna say like they do sometimes, but the thing is, you get it today, you don't get it tomorrow, and it makes the game feel a little more global when things are happening in certain parts that are not happening in certain parts. Like when they have like regional Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. It's like, hey, they're prevalent over here, but not over here. Like, hey, you don't get it, but it's just the way the world's parted out. So it kind of makes our world feel like the Pokemon world.
I gotcha. Okay.
So like it makes sense. Like I never cared like when something cool is happening in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's Japan, baby. They, it is what it is. Like when they
Right.
launched Mewtwo
Mm-hmm.
over there in the baseball stadium and stuff like that. Like damn, that's tight. Like I wish I could be there, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Stupid American baseball.
It's
Oh,
Japanese.
yeah.
It's in Japan.
No, I know our baseball's so lame. It's not Pokemon related at all. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh my bad. I got there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. We'll get there. It just took a
So
little explaining.
yeah, just so everyone knows, this is the thing for my first Go Fest.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
this is the
Chicago
badge that came
badge.
with it. Yes. So that's what this is right here. I don't know if the camera can see.
Yeah, I can see it. It's like a little city skyline with I see four
Yeah.
red stars, which is the Chicago flag for.
You go to GoFest in game, you'll get a medal, so it keeps track of like your milestones.
Oh,
So I
that's
have
cool.
this on my account.
So were they giving those out at GoFest or?
Yeah. They're like, here's your envelope. Oh, like here's your armband. Here's your envelope. Have a nice day.
That's cool. Anybody selling the ones for this recent one that happened?
Oh, yeah, scalpers.
I'm sure.
It's just a universal scalper thing.
Yeah. You never considered buying
They've
it?
gotten better about it. They took in measures to circumvent that
Okay.
in game. Like you have to have an account, and it has to be in game. So it really cut it down a lot. Like
Mm.
now you just have the normal problem where everybody wants to go.
Okay.
It's not being sold for like 200. Friend of the show, Andreas, got Go Fest tickets, but none of us were able to go. We were gonna go again. And he's like, well, I don't want to go by myself.
Obviously.
He just sold the tickets for like $200, and they're $15.
Whoa! I need to start getting.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to start scalping these tickets.
Whoa! In the microtransaction, we don't support it.
No.
All right.
Scalping, forget the scalpers.
I think he sold it slightly less because Andreas, he loves that money. He's all about that paper. But the thing is, he's like, if I sell it under, I feel less scummy.
Okay, so he sells it under what the market's going for, but still makes more money. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Literally, like
fair enough.
Quadrupled the amount he got. But
You said he sold it for what, 200?
I think it was 200. It's like $15.
That's like,
I think 35 max.
My God. All right, that's like almost like 50, close to 15 times more, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. That's right.
But he's a generous man. Okay.
That's cool. Hey, you know what? You ain't lying. He's part of the Patreon community, so he dang right. He's a generous man.
You know what? I don't think I have anything else to add, but great segue, Liquid. Let's get into the lot, baby.
Hey, you bet. Let's go here. We got the list of transactions, otherwise known as Chris referred to as the lot.
But real quick, before I said St. Louis, or I said I didn't know where the Safari Zone was, I looked it up. It's St. Louis.
St. Louis. Okay, there you go. Now we know. All right, so first on the list, we have Jessica.
The Greek salad herself.
Oh, the Greek salad. Oh, Greek salads are good. Next on the list, we got Nung.
I can't believe she's still here.
I think she forgot, and hey, that's okay.
She forgot, and we're milking it, dude.
We got Dylan.
The glue, the naked sleeper in himself.
We'll hold off on that because the TikToks haven't been updating recently, and
I said that last week, and you're like, "No, they're coming." I was like, "I haven't seen."
Yeah,
them.
no, he definitely admitted to me finally that he's slacking a little bit, but he's gonna get back on it. Okay. Not to mention who we spoke about earlier, Andreas, Mr. Profits himself.
They don't call him Daddy Warbucks for nothing.
No, they sure don't. We've got Liz on the list.
The Elden Ring herself.
All right. We have Ani.
Ani, tallest man this side of the Cincinnati.
Josh, a.k.a. Infinite Neo.
Infinite Neo. It's funny because I didn't know that Infinite Neo was trying to lose a couple LBs. stuff like that. He was asking for some advice, and I was helping him out. And he's trying to do some is it when he's trying to do some fasting. So on him, good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember for before we went into quarantine, I was going to the gym every night. I was going to the gym twice a day actually. I was doing it in the afternoon and at night. Yeah, I know. And so
doing 2 days, Cowboy?
Yeah, I was doing it on my lunch break at work, and then after work I would go to the gym, and then with Josh and Wes we would come and they would come, and I would just like whatever I did in like the afternoon or the day before or in another week, I would give them to like this to do. Like I would have a schedule for them separately, and we would just go, just burn it out, man. And Josh was, he was looking good. His cardio was getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like he was able to go longer without having to hit the asthma pump. It was looking good, and then quarantine happened, and then it all went downhill from there. Anyway,
taken away from everything.
Back to the list. We have Justin, aka Tampa Cornflake.
My man, dude.
And last but not least, you know who it is, Matt. I was gonna call you Matt. You know who it is, Chris.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, my brother Matt.
Last time I played with Matt, we played Destiny. Shout out to Destiny, bringing people back together.
The light of the Guardian knows no bounds. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that. I hate that. I feel so uncomfortable, dude.
Bro, just stop fighting it. You know what I'm saying?
Ever.
Breathe it in, man.
Breathing in, man.
Yeah, he gets it. You see what I'm saying?
I miss Chris Jericho.
He just brings it out of me, Liquid.
Okay, hey, that's fair enough. I can't argue. You know what I'm saying? We've always said do what you enjoy and have fun doing it. Hey, and as long as you're having fun doing it, by all means.
And another sidebar on top of the other sidebar that I'm throwing out is that we have a problem with the lot, Liquid.
Oh, do we now? What's the problem?
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Did
it get a virus?
Somebody who said he accomplished something and didn't.
Oh.
Justin said he went flawless in trials in Destiny and never did it.
Now, come on. We all know if you went flawless, you get a trophy or an achievement. So, my question to you, does he have the trophy or achievement?
I don't know if he has a trophy or achievement, but apparently in the game stuff, he was supposed to have a certain thing, and Josh had to look it up. We tried looking for receipts. We couldn't come up with anything.
Oh, that's what I was referring to. My bad. I called it trophy achievement. That's what I was referring to as
Okay. Yeah. Josh, his brother, was looking for the receipts, and he was looking, bro. It started off as a joke, and he's like, Justin, I'm okay, come on. And it just couldn't find it. We couldn't find it, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
sounds like... Oh, go ahead.
Pretending to do what so many people have strived to do, it's not good times. It's not a good look.
Yeah, someone's telling little half-truths and whole lies, if you know what I mean. Which honestly could sound like a gun in Destiny. The half-truths, whole lies. Like, just...
Bro, I need that exotic.
No, you don't.
You're right. You need that exotic.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs it, guys.
Oh, man. But that's it. That wraps up the lot.
Oh, the lot. Let's kick it in. Oh, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And because I haven't already, please like, subscribe, share down below. If you've liked what we have going on already, don't forget, we have a Patreon. It's $1 entry. Come right and support the dream. We appreciate you guys so much. And, we're making a little push, a little challenge to ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
We decided, hopefully, by the end of this year, that we can try to get at least 50 followers.
Right.
The goal is 50. We're currently at 27. We're just gonna make it. Even if we fall short, we want to fall forward. But we're gonna hit it. We're gonna do everything we can to try to hit this year's goal.
Yeah, it's happening. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your husbands, tell your wives, tell your kids. Just let people know the microtransaction is running wild and it's ready for everyone to just jump on the train. The good thing is this is not a bandwagon. Anyone can jump on. We take anybody. Just be respectful for each other. That's it. That's all we ask. Just be respectable.
Peace, love, and applesauce.
Yeah, respect
you know
each other. Or no, don't even respect each other. That's not what I meant. I meant be cool. That's all we asked for. You just gotta be cool. Let's stick to the brand here, right? Say love each other, take care, and of course, above all else, be cool. That's all you gotta do.
I could tell you were listening to some Drake today, bro, because you're spitting bars right now.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, Liquid. So,
yeah,
went to the lot. We talked about Niantic.
We did.
But my boy out here, I forgot his name. I'm going to say the guy from The Walking Dead. I can't think. Norman Reedus.
Reedus. We got there. You made it.
I got there. It was a long walk.
Yeah,
I got there.
You made it.
You know your boy knows a thing or two about long walks. You know what I'm saying? So Norman Reedus, in an interview he had going on, said that more than likely, it was Death Stranding 2 probably gonna go down.
Yeah, I read reports. Apparently it's in negotiations. That's what I'm hearing. So I mean, I'm excited. I know Chris may be a little more reserved than I am, but I'm definitely excited. More of Death Stranding is always a good thing for me. Chris did say earlier in the show he's got some critiques or some things he wants to that may bring him into the game, that may make him enjoy it a little bit more, and who knows, we'll see, or make it tolerable at least, right? It's the least we can ask for. So I'm interested in that. I want to go into Chris. I want to see what is Chris missing? What is he looking for? What does he want to see from a new Death Stranding?
First, I'm going to start off by saying I'm a massive hypocrite. Now, I hate Death Stranding. Hate it. I realized I hated it. Made me happy, because when you're looking deep dive and like, what's the problem, you find the answer. Even if you don't like the answer, you know the truth. I hated Death Stranding.
Hey, that's cool.
Now you're saying, Chris, why is that being a hypocrite? Because I'm 100% gonna buy Death Stranding 2 without thinking twice about it. Like, I'm gonna be like, here's money, you suck. I'm gonna do all that.
I like how you tell the guy at the register, hey, you suck. Like the guy's like, what's going on?
Someone's got to get it. I'm not going to say the
He's just in the crossfire. Yeah,
he's going to be like, dude, I'm just working. I'm sorry. You don't deserve that.
That dude's like, probably, I'm tired of working at Walmart. I hate these people.
Yeah. So I was pondering, I guess. Ooh. I got a legal pass, so it's the business, all right?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking Death Stranding. Now, I hated game.
That you did.
Like I said before. But the thing is, like I was telling Liquid, I remember I had to remember the race. So I looked at some videos, looked at some gameplay, remembered why I hated this game. And I'm like, I hate this game so much.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. You had to relive the trauma that you suffered through.
I did. I was like, not again. I just, like, right now, like, I wish we had edited more so you could just, things of me dropping packages, like they say you're okay and you're not okay, and then I'm getting dragged through the mud, and it's just having flashbacks, like, and then I'm having boss fights that are super easy and uneventful, like.
That's really good, actually. That little anyway, editing you just played. Yeah, I love it.
Anyway, and I tried to think of certain key things. All right.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to get a little gameplay. All right. I want to start off a little nerdy.
Yeah.
I want to say the climbing mechanic with mountains.
Okay.
It sucked so bad. You weren't climbing mountains more as you were like, will I fall here? Will I fall here? No, I won't fall here. All right, now I can go up. Now I can go. I hope this imaginary ridge doesn't just knock me over. And it's just like, I wish, because in Breath of the Wild, it seemed like the climbing was really rad. Like, you can watch someone climb a mountain, and it's not boring. It's like a fun thing to do. And a game where there's primarily walking, I wish it could somehow do something. Like, even add some climbing, maybe do a thing, how hikers, they'll put their hands on their knees when they're walking, or like put their hands on the ground a little bit. And I would like to see more stuff like that.
Okay.
He put his hands on his knees. I don't remember.
Hands on your knees and your hands on your thighs. No. I'm pretty sure he did not. Not that I recall. I don't remember him ever doing such a thing. I know there was like ladders to help you, but even that was like to a certain extent. It only went so far. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's so funny because I think the biggest thing that would help you climb is the ropes. The problem with the ropes though is you had to get to the top to get the rope to come down. So I think that's a fair point. I think it's a great point.
I'm trying to be fair about this,
No,
guys. I'm trying to say what would be a
absolutely.
better Death Stranding, but besides my main biggest
And I
problem.
love that you used Breath of the Wild as an example of how climbing should be done. Breath of the Wild, you can climb on anything. So I
Yeah,
love that you went that route. Kudos.
yeah. I was just, because I'm like, I've only ever watched the game,
Hmm.
and I'm like, I just watched this man climb the side of a mountain for like 10 minutes, entertained as hell.
Yeah, it's all a status bar. I mean, they're the not the status bar, like an energy bar or
Stamina bar.
a stamina bar. That's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly what it is.
Okay, and um, and I wanted the next thing on my list was better character growth.
Okay.
Norman Reedus is the exact same character. He is at the beginning of the game. He is at the end of the game. Nothing happens. He is the same person throughout. He doesn't learn a lesson, especially when you harken back to like Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
You think even like Solid Snake is this character, but he's dealing with these formative ideas of thought and these big like top level things that's going on. And it's basically him, like the immovable object, meaning the hard place. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
all that stuff. The unstoppable force means the immovable object. That's what I meant to say.
I hear you.
So like, and I'm like, I wish there was like a more emotional thing, especially when the game is about connections and uniting each other and doing stuff like that. Like the thing is to write a story like that with connections and hope in people, it has to come at a single point, and I think that was supposed to be Norman Reedus, and I don't that happen at all.
I could see that. Yeah, yeah, no. Again, I think it's a great point. Norman Reedus' character, like you said, it is about connections. I think you see a lot of like when you read the letters in the game and you just even listen to some of the cutscenes, you can see the connections with the NPCs amongst each other, and then you would think that yeah, Norman Reedus would be that bridge that sort of connects it to, but it kind of
Right.
yeah, you see, I was trying to go for
Right.
that, but
I like
yeah,
that.
you would think that he would be that bridge to connect the two, but it does fall a little flat, sure.
Yeah. And so and I'm gonna say number three is the dialogue. It was
Mm,
bad writing. There's a lot of bad writing. It's like they say I'm fragile. I'm not whatever, like that whole thing. And then he's like, "You're nothing but damaged goods." I'm like, "We get it. It's about packages." Like Jesus Christ, man. You don't have to pun it up like there's one or two times you could tongue in cheek it, but
yeah,
it just kept happening. And I'm like, what is going on? And the dialogue just didn't make sense. And the thing I get writing for delivering packages is really hard. But you decided to make that world. It's not up to me
sure.
to make it for you.
Now
You gotta be the guy.
I want to give you a little pushback on this one in particular.
Please.
Only because like I agree, sure that it was a little the like you said, the whole tongue in cheek thing, maybe a little overwhelming. Like Metal Gear, I feel like did it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Maybe not to the extent as Death Stranding did, but it still was there. So, and like you said, so I guess it's not really pushback. It's just more of like, so Metal Gear had it. We both can agree on that part
Yeah,
here.
I'll go
It's
for
just
it.
not as much. Death Stranding really kind of like, really just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's the problem. They were driving it home, and
I
it's
hear
just
you.
like we get it. Like I don't know if it's a translation thing. You know what I
It's
mean? It
possible.
could be because sometimes when you hear some of the line, it's funny because the line delivery by the voice actors, amazing.
Sure.
And the sentence is just dumb as shit.
No, this is technically Kojima's first game on his own with Kojima Productions, sort of doing their own thing there. And yeah, you could be right. It could be just a whole translation thing, maybe lost in translation. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think I think that's something that could be tightened up fairly easily in a sequel.
I think
Sure.
so too.
I think out of everything you
It-
mentioned, I think that's probably the number one that probably could be tightened up.
yeah. My number one
Oh, okay.
is the combat situation. You
Okay.
either tighten it up or take it out completely.
I am of the club of taking it out myself. I don't think there should be any combat in it as well. It seems it's kind of like shoehorned in there just to sort of add some type of gameplay element. But no, I can agree with removing it. I'd rather it not be there, to be honest.
Yeah, because the game is fun. hiding from these monsters, these ghost things. You don't know what they are.
Right.
There's a mysterious component about it, and you're like, oh man, I can't fight these guys. If I get caught, I'm done skis, bro.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just like that fear, like that ever looming when the little hand thing that,
Oh
and you're
yeah.
like, oh no, like oh boy, you really stepped into this time, gee willikers. And you're like, how are we gonna get out of this one? And like that was fun because I gotta say there was a little bit at that pull at the beginning. The thing is that runs out real fast.
I can see that.
Especially,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
oh no, especially as the game progresses because it's not a short game.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, I think that I'm of the fan of the club of just removing it completely myself. However, I feel like because the thing is, there was a time like when I'm playing the game. I'm just gonna give you an example here. I was really trying to build these roads up to make to make life a little easier, whatever. Just build these roads, and one of the things I needed was metal. I needed a lot of metal was material that I needed. Luckily, there's a base camp held by the enemies that has that metal that I needed. So I would go there to essentially steal it from them. That's what I was doing. So I guess, do you have any idea, or do you have a thought, or anything at all? What do you think they can replace that? Because like I loved going in there and stealing it, but that of course involved the combat that I kind of don't want. That I'm like, okay, I'm okay with it leaving. Could you think of anything? Because I can't.
Yeah. See, the thing is, my main problem with the combat stuff, the non-lethal fighting, like where he had the thing, like the bolo gun thing, where he like it wraps up people and takes
Yeah.
people down and stuff like that. You see, that's all right. Maybe you set some traps. Maybe you do some things like
Oh, okay.
keep sneaking around the area, surveying it. Don't get me wrong, like it's gonna take a lot of work, but this is kind of like on brand for this game. Like
Okay.
pun intended, it's a trudge.
I like
You're going through it.
I like what you said there because technically, like whenever I would go into those camps, yeah, doing it non-lethally, that's how exactly how I would play it. Like I
Oh,
didn't
I
do
would not at all. I didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to. So that's what I'm trying to get at next is that maybe they should make it to the point that you have to, and you're only given the weapons to make it non-lethal. You know what I'm saying? Like when I had that bolo gun, like I thought it was great. I'm like, this is great. I'm just like, I'm just like tying everybody up. It was,
Yeah.
when they call back up, I'm just like, just shooting everybody. So yeah, I get where you're coming from, and I think that's the solution. I think keep it in there, maybe refining it a little bit better, tightening it up a little bit, but making it specifically non-lethal. Because yes, I mean Sam Porter Bridges, which is Norman Reedus' character, he's delivering packages. He's not GI Joe out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's another issue I have. Narratively, we've heard Kojima before the game, like, hey, this is not Solid Snake. This is a regular guy. I'm like, then why can this regular guy go into a camp of like 20 people and get these packages?
Sometimes you just find it in you, bro.
No, it doesn't make sense in the world that it's built.
I hear you.
That's another thing. Like, it doesn't. Like, now I'm just adding on to it. And after this, I'll stop.
No,
and I want to know what you think.
Sure.
Just it doesn't adhere to the rules of the world that it builds.
Fair enough.
That was another problem with me. It really ticks me off because you say he's a normal guy. He just has this one ability, and they even try to downplay, like, hey, everyone says it's this, but I really just kind of feel the creatures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just really this. And then suddenly his blood is thing, his urine's this. He's like the Messiah. And you're like, and then he's just murking monsters and things, and then everyone's just like, wow, you did it. That's real cool.
He's
and
the
then
one.
You don't see. And another thing too, like when you don't meet that many people, like during the holograms, it just seems lazy.
Absolutely. That one I can agree with, of course. Now the whole hologram thing, I think it does go with the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I guess so. Here's are we like? Are you done or no?
I'm not. I can keep on going, but I need to stop.
All right. So like, the hologram thing I don't mind. Sure, it may come off as a little lazy, but I think it's on par with the story. I think like we're sort of in this kind of post-apocalyptic world, and where like delivering packages is one of the most important jobs of all time. You know what I'm saying? And like I could look at that and I can laugh at it, but I feel like we kind of lived that a little bit during quarantine. You know what I'm saying? Where Amazon became almost a necessity. for delivering packages. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like that, I found that kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? The combat, yes, I agree with you 100% that I'm of the camp of where it should be taken out completely. Or if you're gonna keep it in, at least refine it, make it all non-lethal. That's how I preferred to play. That's how I had the most fun playing. Because just like you said, I agree. This is just a normal guy who's supposed to be delivering packages. He shouldn't be able to bust a cap in everybody's head, like that, So I completely agree with that part. A lot, just to touch up on some things that I really enjoyed. For example, and this seems, it might be tedious to some people, and it's completely understandable. Some people might find it boring. Understand. A lot of people find baseball boring. I love baseball. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
so take it what you will, but like when I would have to go to a delivery, and let's say I'm trying to go for these S rank deliveries, oh, you got to meet this time or whatever or whatnot. Like you know what I'm saying? I like doing that. And I like even little things that I would find, like Higgs. Higgs was the guy with the gold mask. He was technically a protagonist.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, antagonist. And you find his house as well, and you could find, and it's not on the map, but you could find it, and then he'll send you to do deliveries. And it's so funny because it's so Kojima, because the last delivery I think he has you do, or if anything, I think the only delivery he has you do is to deliver pizzas. It's so weird. It's great. I love that.
See that? Like, it's fun if that was the only super tongue-in-cheek thing he did.
Okay, sure. Okay, I could see that, absolutely. But like that, and I had to do the S rank, and then once you do get the S ranks done, technically Higgs's little house, it opens up. You can actually go down inside of it, and which I think is awesome, because like you normally don't see what these bunkers look like on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I guess this is more of spoilers, and I apologize if I've spoiled it for anyone. It's not
spoiler alert, just in case.
It's not story spoiler, but it's there. You could find it. But again, I'm just naming things that I enjoyed when I played it. Some people were like, "Oh yeah, walking simulator," and I'm like, hey, what? Like I did enjoy it. I loved, like, okay, I got this delivery, this delivery, this delivery. You know what I'm saying? What's the quickest way I can get from point A to point B and knock out every delivery at once? I loved grabbing multiple deliveries and knocking them all out at once, getting the most efficient way to get over there. Pretty much playing a FedEx man. That's what I'm doing here. This is like finding the most effective way to get from point A to point B, deliver these packages with as little damage as possible, as quick as possible. So that's why I felt it's so necessary to build these roads. And then then you get these likes from these people that you don't know, because you're all just in the same server, and I'm all for it. It's so funny. I just logged in last week to this game, and I'm sitting at I think it was like 500,000 likes, something like that. Like it was up there. You know what I'm saying? And then I see my status is called the Great Deliverer. Is my Sam said. So it's just little stuff like that. Like, it's stupid. It's silly. It doesn't matter, but I love it. I love that it's there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so like there's that. I'm like, yeah, I am the Great Deliverer. I'm handing out these packages left and right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I love the different things that they did. You have your little carrier guy with you, you can make a little train, I guess, of these little, where you stack your packages. And I love that you got to stack it so that way the weight is like balanced. You know what I'm saying? It's so,
I always just auto did it.
Honestly, I started doing it towards the end. I'm like, yeah, I might as well. And like it gets to the point that, yeah, it does become tedious. You know what I'm saying? So I started auto doing it as well. There's sometimes though that if I'm not mistaken, when you auto do it, it's not the best option. It's probably the most common or a good option, but you can find an option better even, from what I've seen. But it's just little stuff like that. Like I said, this would matter little to nothing to anybody, but I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I love getting my character ready. I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna do these 5 deliveries at one time, or 4, 3, however many I'm doing at one time. I'm like, I already established the roads, so I already know what roads I'm gonna be taking. Now, what equipment am I gonna be taking? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I usually bring the little caddy with me in case I gotta carry it on foot. I usually bring a truck with me. And it's just stuff like that. Like I said, it's tedious. It almost feels like it's stupid. It's 100% it's stupid. I can admit that it's stupid. That's the thing. I'm like, any other, like, I could admit completely this is just stupid. This is so dumb. But I've fallen in this hole with it where I'm just like, it's stupid, but man, I love doing it. Like, oh man, I get a kick off doing it. Like, like you could, and like even the backpack, like organizing the backpack, that sort of thing. Like, and I know this is, again, it varies from person to person. It's just more of a personal thing. Like I love organizing. Like, that's so weird. You know what I'm saying? And I love, and now not everything. Like, I see people on TikTok organizing their refrigerators. I could give two craps about what that is. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But like a nice gaming setup, a nice, you know what I'm saying? Like my shelves, like these shelves didn't happen by accident. I put this together, and I had to figure out what's the best way I want it to look. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my desk. Everything in my life, mostly. I am that way. And Ani, my significant other, she gives me crap for it. But it's just how I am. So when you give me a game that gives me an option to organize and do these deliveries, make it efficient, I'm like, oh, I'm all for it. Like when it comes to like planning a vacation, I'm that guy. I'm like, yeah, I will put. Well, let's put down what we're gonna be doing for that week or for that weekend. I love that crap, dude. So it's just like, and I get it. That's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably not most people, and that's probably why a lot of people don't care about this game. And that's 100% understandable. That's 100%, okay. But for me, I love it. You know what I'm saying? My best, like Metal Gear Solid 5, I think is a great game, lacking a little bit in the story, but still great. The whole like figuring out what you're gonna take on the mission to make the mission better, faster, like just that's what really, like I liked it, but I really just sunk my teeth into it when it got to that point where just like I get to replay these missions, do them even better than I did before with now newer equipment to make it faster, make it like better, easier for me. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That's what I really like about the game, and I get it. Not for everybody, but that's just what I like about it.
Oh, Liquid, instead of calling you the commander of Foxhound, maybe I should just call you the great deliverer.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take either one.
Either one.
Yeah, man. If you dishing them out, I'm taking it, baby.
So, last,
yeah,
but not least,
yeah,
I like to call it the Showcase Showdown.
Oh, I like that. You see, I didn't have nothing clever for that one, so I like that.
I honestly, I just took it from Shaolin Showdown and a Showcase Showdown. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't the Showcase Showdown on Price is Right?
Is that a thing?
I think that's exactly what it's called. The show. At the very end, the two people go 1-on-1, and it's
is that what it's called?
And they're showing off the showcase, the items, so it's called the Showcase Showdown.
Oh, that's awesome.
That works.
Okay, no, I thought this cartoon show, Shaolin Monks, and just the fight they have in every episode.
Oh my god, dude.
Look, give us a skinny about the Showcase Showdown, bro.
Right. So I got the deets here, right? So for those who don't know, PlayStation, they released a little tweet, right, announcing their PlayStation Showcase. All right. So what did the tweet had? Well, I got the details for you. So the showcase is going to begin this Thursday, September 9th. So just a few days away from when this goes live here. So September 9th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so set your clock, set your reminders. The showcase was going to be around 40 minutes. I want to go through these details, right? And then towards the end, I want to give my little tinfoil hat of what I think they mean. Just breaking down this tweet. It literally just it's like 3 paragraphs is all it was. The tweet had a link that had all these details here. Show's going to be around 40 minutes. It's going to include updates from PlayStation Studios, first-party studios, as well as other developers for games releasing this holiday and beyond. It's also they also made it clear, crystal clear, they will not be showing, or PSVR 2 will not be making an appearance. Okay, fair enough, right? That's fine. So now here's where tinfoil hat Liquid comes in, all right? That old crazy old man Liquid on here.
Bro, I'm so here for this. Let's go.
So first of all, they said the show will be around 40 minutes, which tells me, oh, that's got to be under, right? Because if it's more, you boast about it. You say it's over 40 minutes. But they said around. So that tells me this is probably I'm going to say 38 minutes, all right? I'm going to call 38 minutes.
All right. I'm calling 39 minutes and 18 seconds for some reason.
Oh, 39:18. I like. Hey, bold, but great. I love the boldness. Second thing is they said they were going to include updates from PlayStation Studios as well as other imaginative. They use that word, imaginative developers, or they said leading industry imaginative developers for games that are releasing this holiday. So in other words, doubling down on third party. That's exactly what that means. That's what that tells me, right? Like, oh, you want something this holiday? We're really going to focus on this third party, which they did make clear. They're going to focus on third party for this year. Why? Because they got nothing to show. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, exactly. Because they have to, not because they want to. Because they have to. Luckily, it does talk about the future of PlayStation 5. So hopefully, we have some more to go by. I expect Horizon to make an appearance of some sort. I expect.
Like we get another trailer. You think?
I think so. I think it's confident to say we get a trailer there. I would talk about more about predictions, but I want to save that. That's the juicy stuff that we're going to talk about next. That's the. I can't wait to get into that. I can't wait to. I just want to see. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The tweet just came out of nowhere. Just to give a little more picture to what I'm talking about here. They actually posted an image. Had the PlayStation, the symbols there, the cross, or I was gonna say the cross and the X. Anyways, cross, circle, triangle, square. And they're all blinged out. They have like these diamonds and stuff like that. So, they're trying to keep it a little fancy. But yeah, we'll see what comes. Oh, and then specifically at the end of that, the paragraph, one of the last things they touched up on is they said stay tuned after the show, just for some updates, I guess, or how to stay in contact with some of the developers they're going to show. So maybe new developers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe new developers. Again, I'm still thinking third party. New developers, third party, especially like we know that game Fist is coming out, which stands for Forged in Scorched Torch, Forged in Shadow Torch. Jesus, that's what it was. Yeah, what's funny is that I was looking at that game and I was like, man, maybe I should consider picking it up. It doesn't look too bad, but then it's another Metroidvania. I'm like, I don't know if I want to play another Metroidvania. So I'll probably wait on it, maybe because it looks like a PlayStation Plus game. Let's be serious.
Okay, if you think seriously it's gonna be a PlayStation Plus game down the road, and then
the game's like I think $25, I think, or $30 retail, but it's like on sale for $26.99 if you pre-order is what it is. Here, let me hold this close. By the way, this is supposed to set the bar here. I'm gonna hold. So it's about $25. I think it'll come to PlayStation Plus, so I might hold off on it. We'll see. But I think you're gonna see more of that. We do know that PlayStation in the beginning, before the PS5 rolled out, they had a lot of relationships with Chinese developers. We don't hear a lot about Chinese developers nowadays because, well, they just started like really getting into the whole gaming thing. Like if you had to buy a console in China, you kind of had to sneak it in. They were anti-gaming in China. So now that they're
not anti-gaming, they're anti anybody making money in China that's not Chinese.
Okay, there you go. That's the best way to put it there. So now they're allowing the consoles to get in there as well. So there's a market there, and there's also developers there. So PlayStation's trying to capture some of that market there, and I think it's fair to say you're going to see a little more Chinese developers in this showcase.
So you think we're going to see the Wukong game?
You said Wukong?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What is Wukong? The
Monkey King game?
I haven't heard that. This is new to me.
Okay. Off the air,
put me on.
I send you a link to this trailer.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a Chinese developer. It's like supposed to the story of like Sun Wukong.
Okay.
Like hit him with the staff and the graphics. It looks freaking amazing. They put like 10 to 20 minute trailers and stuff like that. Like of the battle mechanics. This game looks beautiful.
Wow, this is all news to me. So yeah, I'm down to see that. I know that game that I talked about, that the fist game, the fisting game. That's also a Chinese developer. So again, I just feel like we're gonna see more of that. But I think it'll be a good show. I don't think it'll be terrible. But for the most part, that's exactly what that's really it. That's what it is.
Well, Liquid. See, you say. Oh, nice.
Little sack boy.
Okay, so Liquid, you say the show's not gonna be bad. I say this show needs to be fire. I'm going on the upswing. This has to hit. This has to end on such a freaking high note.
Right.
Like, it blows our socks right off. Because PlayStation is kind of lacking, and they've been falling into the same story of this is what we don't have instead of what we have.
Sure.
This needs to show what's coming up this fall,
and
also beyond.
I think it's going to be a good show. Honestly, I don't think it's going to, like, for some reason, part of me feels like it's not going to blow our socks off. Right, I really do. Like, and it sucks to say, because I don't, I hate to say this, but I don't think it's gonna be that. And to be honest with you, I don't think it needs to be. Like, I get what you're saying, but I feel like this year it's kind of a throwaway year. Now, if they're gonna show us, because like they specifically touched up on what's coming up holiday, and into next year as well. Well, we kind of have an idea of what's coming next year. Granted, I get that they're gonna show us. I feel like they should at least show one thing new, one big thing. I'll give you that. I think so. Sure, absolutely. Even if it's a God of War trailer, get me hyped. Absolutely. But I don't think you're gonna get much else. That's what I'm trying to get at. I really do. And again, I don't feel like you have to have that, only because, like I said, I feel like this is more of a throwaway year. I feel like, with the sales that PlayStation has, you're gonna get some. I think they'll be okay still. But I think you'll start seeing the pushback, like more later on, especially maybe later on in this year, after you're getting your Halos, after you're getting all the your Call of Duties, your Battlefield, after you're getting all the stuff, what I'm saying, after you're getting everything this year, then people are gonna be like, yo, so PlayStation, where you at? I think that's when it's really gonna, like, it's time to do it now.
Because we have 3 megaton games that you just said that are coming out this fall,
right?
And it's like, yo, Sony, where you at? Because one of them is an Xbox exclusive. So even though Halo is having its issues, and I'm not trying to downplay that at all, but it's coming out this year.
Right.
And you speaking about it right now made me think about it. I'm like, well, Halo is having its obvious issues. I'm like, but it's still coming this year. And I'm like, is that enough? Halo 5 had the issue where it was missing things, but we were accustomed to the surrounding people. There was more competition.
Right.
But in this absence, I wonder if it will somehow get the buy long enough.
I see what you're saying. Like, I don't know. I go ahead. I'm sorry. No.
I'm like, I think that it is going to depend on whether Battlefield or not.
Right.
That's the litmus to everything. That is going to be the first one that comes out in the benchmark.
Sure. No, I agree. I think that they're definitely going to set the bar. You see, I think if Halo hits hard, which, I mean, they're already kind of setting expectations that it's not going to hit as hard as we thought because of the problems that it's kind of running into. Like you said, it is coming out. But I think the fact that they came out and sort of got ahead of what wasn't going to be in the game, I feel like may have PlayStation like, okay, we have a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, okay, the game's gonna come out, online. They won't be able to play with their friends, and Forge is not gonna be there. So the PlayStation's probably saying, oh well, they're probably thinking, hey, maybe we have a few months before that stuff comes out. Maybe we make another announcement right before those things come out. If you
That's what I think this is.
Yeah. Oh, you think this is that? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Well, I think this is the counter. I think this is Sony's counterattack.
Oh, well, hey. Well, I'm hoping you're right. I don't think so, but it may be.
We couldn't be on two different sides of the
I
fence
love it.
because I think this is gonna. Okay, maybe this is me and I fell into the hype train. Like,
Sure.
let's get like we've eaten the appetizers, bro. Let's get into the main course. All
Sure.
right, let's get into our friggin' I put PlayStation hot topics. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Our PlayStation hot. I put hot takes. I
Mhm.
put hot topics.
Wait, is this our predictions? Is that where are we getting into it?
We're leaning into our
Oh, okay,
predictions.
cool.
We're gonna
Okay,
get
hot take. You
into
see,
it right now. You know?
I put PlayStation predictions, otherwise known as PSP.
Oh, just
PSP, baby. You know what I'm talking about.
great deliverer, just delivering. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I try to do, man. That's what I try. I try to get the S rank every time.
Oh my god. Jeez. Anyway, so, no, get out of here. Come on, what a cute boy. Anyway, so Liquid. I think this is their counteroffensive.
Okay.
I have a couple takes, and then I'm gonna start off with. I'm not. You know what? Because I think you're gonna say it, so I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
My first one, I'm like, I'm gonna give that to Liquid. I think you're gonna have him, but I legitimately think we're gonna have at least three major announcements in this 30. I think this is gonna hit. You get stuff in the middle, or stuff to like catch your breath, and then they're gonna come with another thing, do it again, and finish the show that way. This is how I honestly think this show's gonna happen. All
Oh,
right,
you got
and
me hyped. You got my attention.
I think one of the things is gonna be The Last of Us multiplayer online, the thing we've been hearing about forever.
Right? Yeah.
I think we're at least gonna get a trailer or like a screen art to show that it exists. Something that Last of Us is happening. I think
I
that'll happen earlier in the show, actually.
yeah. I think that's something you would put earlier. It's actually great. I didn't even think about that. What do they call it? Last of Us, the online thing. I forgot what it's called.
Something lands or something. I don't even know. I keep on wanting to say Badlands, but I'm like, that's not true.
No, yeah, it's factions,
Territories.
factions.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So yeah, you see, I feel like that's great. So here's the thing though, is that my problem is that I'm not like I didn't really care for factions that much in the original Last of Us. You know what I'm
So
saying?
good.
Yeah, no, I think it was great. For the little bit that I played, I thought it was fantastic. But I didn't play it that much. I didn't really care for it all that much. But if you were someone who really got into it, I think I think you're definitely on the right train getting into it. Like that's a great game to get into, or a great multiplayer to get into. And yeah, I think putting it at the beginning of the show, maybe even opening with it, absolutely. I think that sounds fire. That's
Ooh,
awesome.
imagine that kick to the gut. Like they're starting with Last of Us. What?
Dude, so
Hype.
if they really want to do a counterpunch like what you're saying, they could probably be like, oh yeah, you get to play with your friends day one. You get to, they really try to like drive it home if they really want to hit them with that gut punch. And so yeah, so I like that. I like that a lot.
Hype.
Yeah, that would be tight. I like that a lot. I'm gonna give away my number one then. All right.
This is not my number one. This is like from 3 to 1.
Oh, okay. So we're doing.
Technically my number 3.
Okay, that's fine. I listed mine sort of in the similar fashion. Yeah. So I'm gonna put. So PlayStation finally announces the Blue Point deal.
Okay, that's what. Okay.
That's what you thought. All right. So they finally announced the Blue Point deal that they made the purchase, and they emphasize on how they're going to be remaking older PS1/PS2 specifically first-party titles though only. So we're gonna see I gave some examples. Ape Escape.
What example could they possibly be?
So Ape Escape series, all right. The Sly Cooper series, and maybe Legend of Dragoon. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But hey, I wouldn't mind a new Sly Cooper. I love Sly Cooper. I think it's great. I love my little Stubbins, little Sly Cooper plush guy over here.
It is adorable.
Dude, I had to pick him up. I wish I would have got the Ratchet and Clank one. I totally missed out. Now it goes for like $45. These things were like $15 or $13 when they came out. So I'm kind of pissed that I didn't get my little Ratchet and Clank. Whatever. That's beside the point. But yes.
I'm gonna counterpoint you.
Oh, please.
I say the Blue Point deal finally goes through.
Mm-hmm.
I think they either announce the Metal Gear Blue Point deal.
Okay.
That's been rumored forever. It's either going to be a remake or a reimagining of the Metal Gear franchise.
Okay. So, I'm happy you brought that up. That was going to be my number 2. So I didn't say it. So I'll use another one then, since that's not going to be number 2.
Okay.
But yeah, I see where you're coming from, and yes, it's kind of on the money where I said, now I added a little more. I said not only Metal Gear, but I also said Castlevania and Silent Hills. I think they get the triple package. I think Blue Point would be involved as well. I think there would be other parties involved, and I think that's who you're going to be seeing in this showcase, is the new development teams that Sony has acquired, or at least temporarily have under their wing.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2. I'm going to use a different one though because of that, but I love that idea. That's, I think, fantastic. I think Blue Point has to be involved in some way, shape, or form, whether that be they do first party stuff or the Konami stuff. Like, I think Blue Point needs to be doing something like that.
I don't think Metal Gear happens without Blue Point.
I completely agree with you. I think Metal Gear doesn't go anywhere unless Blue Point's involved. Absolutely.
Yeah, you need the name because people are gonna hear Metal Gear and like, who the hell is working on it?
Right, of course.
Like, they're gonna be like Blue Point, and you're gonna be like,
yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, the Kings of Remakes. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Look, I'm looking.
Yeah. All right, so I'll give a number 2 here. So I'm gonna go with, let's see, I have 2 to choose from. I'm gonna go with this one though. This one's a little more safer bet because we kind of heard some rumblings of this. So, PlayStation announces they have an answer to Game Pass. Okay? So, whoa, Chris, hold on.
So much cap, bro. It's so cap. It's so like PRBS.
Dude, they have an answer to Game Pass. Now, we do know David Jaffe. For those who don't know who David Jaffe is, he was the director or creator of the God of War series, as well as the Twisted Metal series. And he said that they're working on something, apparently. He confirmed that he has some people in the business. Now, granted, he's not working for PlayStation anymore. He does YouTube podcasting on the side now. That's what he does. So he said that I've seen him talk with Colin Moriarty. Actually, they've had a podcast.
I would like
together.
to hear that.
It's actually really good because they really get into like some of the nitty gritty stuff that you normally don't hear about. So I'll send you a link to it. It's worth the watch. But yeah, David Jaffe said that they're supposed to be working on something. He's not going to say who or get into full details, but he said they are working on something. Other than that, we have heard that when they data mined the iOS Netflix app, there's the screenshots, of course, of Ghost of Tsushima cover art, as well as the DualSense controller. And then on top of that, Netflix also in early July, I want to say, they did say they want to get into gaming as well. So, I think that, it would be a great point if Sony were to do that, because then they don't have to get their own subscribers. They can just, Netflix, let's say you pay, a few dollars more, you add this to your subscription, or if you just want to pay for this by itself separately, you can. And, Netflix already has how many millions of subscribers. So
their install base is massive.
Yeah, it's huge. So it's just like they wouldn't really have to compete too much. Now, I'm so happy. Oh, actually, hold on, wait. Okay, yeah. That's so yeah. So they're going to be, I think what it's going to happen here, or I guess what I put down here rather, is they're going to be partnering with Netflix for something both gaming, but I think they will also implement the movie/anime stuff they have. Funimation, Crunchyroll's also owned by Sony now, so I think they will include that. So I think they would be like, hey, Netflix, you get this for the media part, so people can watch this, but for the gaming side, let us control this. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like leverage, So I think that'll be great. I think Netflix is getting bigger with anime, as the time goes on. So I think this would be I think this is something they would be willing to jump on as well. Let me see. And I think this allows Sony to flex their muscles in terms of the movie industry. So they're trying to bridge that gap between movies or shows. We know the Last of Us HBO series is coming out, and I think this
wrapped on the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. And then they were working on for the longest time. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's gone anywhere anyways, but the Sly Cooper cartoon that was supposed to be coming out. So I think you'll maybe see some.
The Ghost of Tsushima show.
Oh yeah, that's right, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. So I think you'll start seeing more first party characters on the big screen. And I think what better way to get your characters out there? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna be my number 2.
Honestly, bro, that's a solid number 2 because it makes the Sony studio, it's Sony Studios, right?
Yeah, PlayStation Studios.
PlayStation Studio. It makes that PlayStation Studio seem more of a brand like a Marvel's Avengers.
Right.
And And that's what everybody wants, bro.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to be the next Marvel's Avenger.
Like,
And PlayStation definitely has the cast of characters to do something like that. I think so.
I agree. And like, have you seen like when a PlayStation game first starts, like the introduction of it, how it looks like that similar to a
Yeah.
Marvel logo? Yeah, it's like right on the money. So
sick.
yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm heading to my number 2.
Okay.
This is just me dreaming, bro.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
And you kind of said it already, all right? But I'm just gonna say it. Legends of Dragoon, bro. Just make it happen. I don't care who makes it, bro. Just make it happen. I just want it. It could be a remake, a remaster. Just let me have it. Just give
Look,
me. I just want it. Square Enix, I know you're not gonna give it to me, but give me.
wait, does
I know
Square
you're gonna
Enix
talk about
own
Final
it?
Fantasy 16, huh?
Does Square Enix own Legend of Dragoon?
Well, Squaresoft is the people who made it.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense.
So I know they're gonna talk about Final Fantasy 16 and they're gonna show it off, probably, and it's gonna be cool.
Right.
Alright, but I say screw that. Let Final Fantasy 16 be a lie and let it be like, hey guys, you thought you were gonna play Final Fantasy 16. It's really Legends of Dragoon, and everyone just lose their mind, bro.
Dude,
That's
I would love that.
I'd buy a PlayStation for Legends of Dragoon.
I mean, I would love that. I think, like you just see Dark come out and everybody knows who, just give it the same sort of like hype treatment that Final Fantasy VII Remake got, and all the nerds got crazy for that, me included. Yeah, give it that. Absolutely. I'm all for that. Yeah, please. All right.
I want it. Oh my god! And just think about the Dragoon Buster Sword. Like when it comes out, it's on fire and it's in the hand and it's It's all like in the forearm, but you could tell because of the new graphics, you can really see like the muscles heading into the sword, and maybe it'd be a new character, and maybe it's not Dark, but in this world where like there's like a younger kid, maybe in a little like I don't want to say modern times, but heading towards modern time where magic and technology are meeting in that area, but you still hear about the story of the legendary Dragoons, and it's been so long, it's a myth, but someone found the red-eye Dragoon stone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or oh god.
I love that. No, that's great. Yeah. No,
I
think that's great. And yeah, like I think it would get some serious pop. Now, let me ask you a question though. Who makes this? Who would make it?
Don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe they give it. Maybe someone at Square Enix has like a subgroup or something that I can't think of the top of my head, where it's like, hey, bro, we're gonna give you this project,
right.
And they're hoping because like let's be fair, they don't really care about the franchise like Legends of Dragoon, so they could give it to a group of young developers, and it doesn't tarnish anything. Think about it, the game bus, it's on them.
Right.
If they make it, then Sony and through Square Enix get to build up this new franchise.
Okay.
This new developer, and like, look what they did. We gave them the ball, and they took it home. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I love it.
Didn't do any research. I got into hype. That was one of the ones where I'm like, Chris,
no, that's great. List. Oh, I love it. Balls to the wall. I'm here for it. I love the balls to the wall. All right. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you mine. This is my last one. All right. All right. Get
so excited. We're so giddy.
So, PlayStation. Okay, so they announce that they are working on a new handheld that allows you to hold on, that allows you to get this. All right, send whatever that you're playing from the handheld to the TV. All right, I know what you're thinking. Never been done before. Not once has a game been able to switch from a console mode to a TV mode in just a snap of a finger. That's what you're thinking right now. I get that, Chris. All right.
Never been a deck or a switch.
Yeah, exactly. So, but let me break it more into detail. I'm gonna give you so it will go to the TV. However, the difference though is it will be remotely wireless. You just push of a button, you can send it to your TV. All right, so you can send send it to your TV. However, there's a caveat. All right, so like Sony fashion, you will need some bullshit like a Sony Bravia TV to use this feature, and or a proprietary, overpriced receiver to make it happen. So
in your own fantasy thing, you've made a super lame Sony thing to attach.
I did just because I'm like, bro, that's the Sony way. That's what I ended that sentence with. That's the Sony way. It is.
That's not just Sony. That's Sony PS3 era. Oh my god! And then you can call it with your Sony Ericsson phone, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. You can call tech support. Call it with your sweet Sony Ericsson phone.
Oh my god.
Okay, look. That was more of a joke. It's still
that's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's where I wanted to end. I wanted to be funny. It is the big thing though, a new handheld. That's what I would really want. I do want a handheld from Sony. If we can't get that, I'll go with my next best thing. This is technically my last point. Okay. We all know PlayStation. They brought up mobile gaming before. All right. So I think they will go just totally into mobile gaming. You know, they will really steer into it. That'll allow not only like I would think gaming apps like companion apps to go along with your game that shows you little hints or even progression. You know what I'm saying? So you could like do it with your game, but I think it'll also have they'll also have games that will have like trophy support, stuff like that. So that's more of the more grounded.
No, that's time making the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool, and actually makes a lot of sense. Like I think know so it's too. Not on the hype level, but when you really start thinking about it, like that actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, why not, right?
It's kind of shocking when you say it like that. It's like, why haven't you done that already?
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know. Liquid.
What's up?
You've been spitting bars all night.
Thank you.
So, thing is, there's how I honest to God think the way this show's gonna end.
Okay.
I think we're getting God of War gameplay.
Right.
It's happening. I think that's happening. I think I'm as confident, and I was wrong. Hashtag Chris was wrong about the November 15th in Halo. I'm also this confident that we're gonna get a Gears of War gameplay.
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jesus, I just messed that up. But I think we're gonna get a God of War gameplay. That's happening. We're gonna see something, and it's gonna be like when we first saw it.
Okay.
Like where it's gonna be like this big thing. We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it before we see it, and it's gonna be this thing, and it's gonna be awesome, and everyone's gonna be like, "We've seen about it," and then it's gonna end with you seeing Thor's hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Maybe you see well, I can't. That's spoiler, and yeah, but maybe you see Thor's. You know, you see Thor. You see Odin.
Okay.
We haven't seen Odin. We've seen Thor. We haven't seen Odin.
Right. Exactly.
You know. And I think we're gonna get a big character reveal for the God of War. That's what I honestly think is gonna happen.
Honestly, I don't think you're crazy for thinking that. I think that would probably be on the money. A new character, you know, make it big, like a big deal. Honestly, I think they would show Thor, only because they've kind of already showed Thor. Before they show, I think they would save the Odin thing for like, you know, for the game itself, or maybe for another time. But I think the Thor would be definitely on the money. I also believe that God of War will be displayed at the end of the show as well.
Or the reason why I say Thor's not gonna happen because Thor is more popular in zeitgeist, in pop culture.
Sure.
I think getting Odin as a release, you're like, oh shit, it's Odin. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna happen. Now, that is the safe bet. Screw that.
Oh,
that's not my true number one.
Right.
You touched up on something earlier.
Okay.
That I think could believe, but I'm gonna bring it back.
Okay.
I'm saying we get an announcement for the next Sony All-Stars game.
You know what's funny? That's been in my head for quite some time. The PlayStation, you know what's funny? It's called PlayStation Battle Royale. Which the term Battle Royale has taken a whole different meaning now.
Wow. So, yeah. I thought it was PlayStation All-Stars.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. That's the full name. Yeah.
So I think this one would just be PlayStation All-Stars.
I agree. That's something I do agree with you. I think they'll be we could call it safe, calling it PlayStation All-Stars. Yeah, I think as long as they do it right, it'd be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you've played All Stars before. I have.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like so they included too many third party. Like you got the big daddies from BioShock in there, and you're just like, why are you here?
Well, we have to remember, dog. During the time, it was the hot stuff on the street. People were juiced
No,
when they saw Big Daddy.
and I get that, but you don't think Big Daddy and PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what they were trying to. They were trying to mend the fence, and I think the
right.
game was the thing to do it. And because if Smash is a thing, well, Smash is a thing, but Smash also kind of does that. We're like, hey, these threads that you wouldn't normally see, Kazuya, and Smash, then
Yeah.
we bridge that gap, and I think that was one of those things.
Oh, like even Cloud, if you think about it, like Cloud, I think of Cloud, I think of PlayStation. I don't think of Nintendo. Sure, Final Fantasy. If you want to say, oh yeah, Final Fantasy, you think of Nintendo. If you're an early adopter for the Final Fantasy series, sure, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But Cloud specifically, no, that's PlayStation. Let's be serious. But yeah.
I think of Final Fantasy. I think of Tidus laughing, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but yeah, I think PlayStation All Stars I think that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? I think it would catch people off guard, 100%. So you'd get that like, oh crap, like factor, and then like. But I feel like they really need to double down on the first party stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Bring in your Aloy now. Bring in your new characters now. Bring in your Aloy. I'll skip Deacon from Days Gone, but bring in maybe the new version, the new Kratos. You know what I'm saying? Bring him in, and you know what I'm saying? Bring in. I know they had Raiden because like Snake was in Smash Brothers, so they felt obligated to put Raiden in PlayStation All Stars.
I was down for it. That was my homie, dog. Yeah. That was the instant pick.
That's who I picked too. It's so funny.
I know, because if anyone can see you right now on screen, you're all about that lightning bolt action.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Oh man, but yeah, no, like I think that if they double down on the first party stuff, like let the third party stuff go a little bit. If you want to throw a character or two here and there, that's fine, but don't like really, because like I said, there was, I think Dante from Devil May Cry was in it, which is just like, I get it. That's probably where a lot of people played Devil May Cry, but it's not a PlayStation property. That's Capcom. You know what I'm saying?
I always think of Devil May Cry and PlayStation. To me,
Sure.
they're synonymous.
No, and I'm sure that's what they wanted you to think, but it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like they really need to get their first party. Like, you could bring back Nathan Drake, obviously. Hell, you could bring back Toro Cat if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Little White Cat, bring him in.
The rapper, bro?
Yeah, Parappa the Rapper, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I kind of want to talk. Do we have enough time to talk about just like a list of characters who we want to see?
That's our podcast, bro. We got to do anything.
Okay, let's just throw some characters out there. So
I don't know how long my computer's gonna hold up, though.
All right, so real quick, let's try to fire as many. So what is it? Parappa the Rapper, he's been in the first one, so that's okay. Uncharted, Nathan Drake, that's okay. I think Aloy would be a good pick. Like I said, I'll leave out Deacon St. John, whatever. I think Jin from Ghost of Tsushima would be great. Give him a little katana there. Who else am I thinking of? Let's see. Even if you want to double down on Uncharted, maybe even bring in a female from Uncharted, bring in Chloe. I think she's a cool character from Lost Legacy. From PS4. I think that would be fine. Hell, bring in Dart. Could you imagine like they'll talk about Legend of Dragoon and then lead into the whole PlayStation Battle Royale and it's Dart as with the character, like the leading character.
If they were to do that, I'd be like, all right, I need a PlayStation ASAP.
It's time to get one. It's time.
I'm like, yo, it's time to get off the. It's time.
It is time.
It's time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it though, in a nutshell. I mean, that would be cool. I really dug this prediction stuff. Like, and I know when we're gonna talk about the show next week. We're gonna obviously that's gonna be what our main focus is. Yeah, we're gonna be like none of this will probably even be on the table. Like, it'll probably like none of this stuff. But it's
gonna be Deathloop, Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that's gonna legitimately happen is probably God of War.
Yeah, I honestly think so too.
I'm right there. But that's lame. We didn't want to bring that to you guys. You're here for hype.
Right? Yeah.
Love you guys.
Why settle for lame when you can get great?
Oh.
Yeah. Let's get sexy.
The microtransaction way.
Right. Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, look, do you have any parting words for the boys and girls at home?
I'm gonna do my normal closing, which is love each other, take care, and above all else, be cool. That's what I'll end it with.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a Microtransaction.